Okay, our next topic is the importance of the mangroves. As you know, in the ecology chapter, in detail, we have to study the mangroves. In relation to that, we have understood first the morphological characters of the mangroves, then the reproductive characteristics of the mangroves. Then, after that, we have gone for the different types of adaptations which are there in the mangroves. And now we will see its importance in relation to the ecology as well as to the economy. That is economic as well as ecologically importance. Whatever is there, we are going to see into this particular video lecture. Okay, so consider this is your syllabus. We are dealing with the paper number 2 and the chapter number 5, that is ecology and the plant geography. Okay, and here we have to study the different types of the forest which are present in the India. Okay, now let us consider the very first importance which belongs to the mangroves. Now see, the very first importance is that it harbors the other species. For example, whenever you see the mangrove forest, you will understand this mangrove forest itself is a whole ecosystem. And this particular whole ecosystem supports the many species. Actually, they provide the food to these species. They provide habitat to this different types of species, and everything which is needed by a specific species is provided by these particular ecosystem which are created out of the mangroves. So here the mangroves leaves and the roots provide nutrients that nourishes plankton, algae, fishes and the shellfish. Okay, so whatever the nutrients are present in the leaves and the roots, these are nutrients through the ecological food chains. They can pass on to the planktons, to the algae, to the fish, to the shellfish. Okay. Now, in addition to the providing the food, see these mangroves are also the home to the many birds and the mammals. That is, these types of the mangrove forest are typically taken home by the different types of the birds as well as different types of the mammals were also present and find their home within this particular mangrove ecosystem. Okay, now for example, when we say the mammals, the mangrove monkeys in the South Asia is a typical example of it, which take the home into the mangrove plants. Okay, so here you can understand the very first importance of the mangrove forest is that it harbors the many different kinds of species, whether it's a fish, whether it's a birds, or whether they are the mammals. All of these are typically taking shelter and the food material right from the mangrove forest. So you can consider this is one of the most important importance of the mangrove forest. Second is the fishery. Now, when we talk about the human point of view, humans are always involved from right from the ages in the fishing technique, in which they catch the fish for the food purposes. Okay, so the mangrove provide the excellent nesting and the breeding habitat for the fish and the shellfish and the migratory birds and the sea turtles. Right, underlining their importance in the coastal fishing communities. Now, whatever the coastal area is there, around this coastal area, there are many communities of the people which are directly or indirectly depend on the food which is coming out of that particular ocean or the sea. And this food material which is taken by the human is actually harbored by the mangrove forest. Okay, these are mangrove forests are supporting these kinds of the fishes into this particular coastal area, and the humans are taking advantage of this particular area for the fishing purposes. Okay, actually an estimated 80% of the global fish catch relies on the mangrove forest either directly or indirectly. So this number suggests you that how important are the mangroves from the human point of view. About 80% of the fishing, whatever the fishing takes place, 80% of the fishing is directly or indirectly connected with that of the mangrove ecosystems. Okay, so not only they are harboring the species, but whatever the species which are harbored by the mangrove ecosystems, they are also catched by the humans, and nearly whatever the coastal area population is there, 80% of it, it is directly or indirectly dependent on the mangrove forest. Okay, now consider the third importance, that is the nutrient filters. Okay, they act as a nutrient filters. Now see how mangroves ecosystems normally filter the amount of sediment and the nutrient reaching to the ocean. As you know, whenever we talk about the mangrove forests are always lying around the coastal areas. Okay, they separate the water right from the ground area or the territorial area. Okay, so grounds and the waters are separated in between by the mangrove forest. So whatever the nutrients which are coming from the ground area towards the water, without getting mixed into the water. They are trapped by these particular mangrove forest. Hence, they act as a nutrient filters. Okay, in any other case, this nutrient will directly mix into the water and it will float away, right? But here, due to the mangrove, they can hold the nutrients which are coming from the territorial area and they can use it for the growth and development. So, but nowadays, see, there is a major problem. Their disappearance has led to the increase in the amount of the sediment and the nutrient reaching to the oceanic water. Now, see, what is happening nowadays due to the global warming or some anthropogenic activities, these mangrove plants are getting disappeared. Now, what will happen if the mangrove plants get disappeared from the mother earth? These filters which are there between the ground and the ocean then will not be there. Then after that, what will happen? Whatever the nutrients are there, they will be directly poured into the oceanic water. Now this may lead to the increase in the nutrient of the oceanic water, which will result in the growth of the algae. Okay, high growth of the algae, which will result in the algal blooms, in which we specifically called it as a eutrophication. Okay, so eutrophication is nothing but responsible for the polluting the rivers, estuaries, or the oceans. And these algal blooms can typically be there if there are no any mangrove forest. If the mangrove forests are present there, these mangrove forest can efficiently filter out the nutrients. But if they got disappear, then they can't help in this scenario, and all of these nutrients will get poured into this particular oceanic water, which will result in the algal blooms. So not only they are filtering the nutrients, they are also avoiding the harmful concepts like the eutrophication and the algal blooms. Okay. Now, see, the fourth importance of the mangrove forest is in relation with the climate change. As you know, climate change is the burning issue in our 21st century, that we are changing our climate rapidly. Okay, but mangroves somehow or the another, they are managing this particular climate for us. Now, see, mangroves can also the great carbon sink, as they are the plants, and these plants can typically perform the process of photosynthesis. And as you know, what happens in the process of photosynthesis? Plants take the carbon and they create the food out of it. Okay, so whatever the carbon dioxide which is there in the atmosphere, which results in the climate change or which is responsible for the global warming, it is efficiently taken out by the mangrove plants. So they are typically act as a carbon sinks like the any other forest, and they can also reduce the amount of CO2 which is present in the atmosphere, which will greatly reduce the global warming. Now they isolate the carbon at a 2 to 4 times the rate of the tropical forest like the Amazon, and store these 3 to 5 times more carbon per equivalent area in the than the tropical forest. So any when you compare with the mangrove forest with that of the tropical forest, these mangrove forests are more efficient in taking the carbon dioxide or storing this particular carbon. Okay, so mangrove forests are typically more efficient in controlling the environmental pollution than the tropical rainforest like the Amazon. Okay, so here you can understand how ecologically these particular mangrove forests are important in order to maintain the ecological sense of our whole of the biosphere. Whole of the biosphere is actually a very delicate thing, but the forest like the mangrove forest can have the greater carbon sinking efficiency, and this efficiency can really help in managing the climate change. Okay, so this is the fourth application of the mangrove forest, that they help in the climate change. Okay, now consider the fifth one, that is the stabilization of the shorelines. Now this will be the primary function of the mangrove forest, because what they are doing, they are stabilizing the shorelines or the coastal area. Okay, whatever the coastal area is there, this coastal area is actually stabilized by due to the presence of mangrove plants. These mangrove plants are present in large quantity, and they actually form the forest, and they harbor not only the plant species but also the animal species, small or large. All the animals are found into this particular ecosystem which is created out of the mangroves. So they are actually stabilizing the area which is present nearest to the ocean. Okay, whatever the coastline is there, whatever the shorelines are there, these are actually stabilized due to the presence of the mangrove forest. Now these mangrove stabilizes the shorelines by showing the slowing down the erosion and provide the natural barriers protecting the coastal communities from the increased storms, surges, flooding, and the hurricanes, right? Whatever the problematic concepts which are arising from the oceans, like the storm surges or the flooding or the hurricanes, are actually first come in contact with the mangrove forest. And after they come in contact with the mangrove forest, these mangrove forest can easily tolerate these particular types of the hurricanes or the flooding before they came in contact with the local coastal communities. So actually they are saving the people from getting drastically harmed by such a kind of the events like the hurricanes and the floodings. So they actually stabilize the shorelines, coastlines, and they also protect the people which lives around the coastal areas. Okay, now see. Now, the next importance of the mangrove forest is that they act as a tsunami shield. As you know, the tsunami in which the water levels can go very high and the high waves can directly enter into the local community peoples. But here, what is happening here, we have the mangrove forest, and due to the presence of this mangrove forest, whatever the tides which are arising in the oceans, these tides pressure is as easily stopped by these particular mangrove forest. So here, mangroves are very important for protecting the coastal area from the coastal calamities like the tsunamis, right? Storm surges are there, and because they can absorb the wave energy, whatever the energy which is present in the wave, this wave energy is actually absorbed by these particular mangrove forest. Hence, this wave energy does not reach to the other parts where the peoples are living there, right? Actually, these mangroves can absorb 70 to 90% of the energy of the normal wave. So only the 10% of energy is remained, and that is why it cannot reach to the people by crossing this particular mangrove forest. So these mangrove forests are acting as a shield against the calamities like the tsunamis. Okay, so here also they are playing a very critical role, not only from the ecosystem point of view, but also from the human point of view. Okay, so all of these six are the critical importance of the mangrove forest, which will be very important from the UPSC mains examination point of view. All right.